Alright, welcome to another edition of Flamecast. I am Todd Platts.
And this is Travis Buckmeyer.
Yep, just the two of us this time. Well, we thought we were going to get Matt to join in, but had to drop out, so...
Yeah, unfortunately Matt had, personal responsibilities that he had to tend to, instead of actually sharing his glorious knowledge with all the rest of you listeners.
Yeah. And he missed the holiday party, too. Unfortunately, but...
That was sad.
I don't know if you got a chance to go back and listen to that one or not, but we had some technical difficulties there.
Yeah, it happens. You've got a few people in a room trying to connect with an internet set up on there. It happens.
Yeah, that was the thing. I had some ideas of how to rectify that situation for next time, but...
Not like we're
yeah.
cheat. Is that the basic plan?
Yeah. Well, what I've done before with... before I had the TeamSpeak set up, I'd actually have people in person, and I just record the audio from the video camera, so I could maybe take that and at the same time dub in everything that, like, you, the person that's on TeamSpeak. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it'd work, maybe it wouldn't. Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, so the two other people we had on TeamSpeak over here, which were Sean and his friend Ian, they must not have had their input loud enough because it was kind of tough to hear them. But
yes, I did not realize they were partaking, but that's okay.
You didn't know they were on there?
Yeah, I think I might have heard them a couple times. It was kind of iffy.
Yeah. Well, you should have heard them at least at the end of the games when we did the little our little take on the Newlywed Game type questions.
Yes.
Because they were a team, so.
Oh, hey, before I forget, special shout out to listener William Sheff. Young William asked me recently when we were doing another Flamecast. Here we are, William, just for you.
Hey, all right. One more listener. Way to go. Woohoo! Yeah, that was one other thing. Talking about the gaming, or games that we were doing on the last Flamecast. I actually realized after the fact that the first team, which was actually your team, had one extra Factor fan film question than the other team.
What?
I took a look, and the 3 points wouldn't have made a difference. You guys still would have won. So.
Gotcha.
So no big controversy here.
Uh-huh.
Nothing to see here. Move along.
You did nothing. You did everything according to the rules. You are Tom Brady.
Yeah. That's right. I only handle the Flamecasts.
That's right.
I don't squeeze them.
Nope.
So I don't know if you got a chance to look at any of these at all, but they did announce the Oscar nominees for this year. Let me just run through them quick, and we'll see if we actually have seen these or not. But
all right.
Okay.
Everybody at home can play along.
Yeah. I guess these are pretty much in alphabetical order. So, first of all, we've got American Sniper.
We should clarify we're going for Best Picture category.
Yes, this is Best Picture. And I have not seen this one, although I have been told that it is very good.
Correct. I have not seen it. Also heard good things about it.
Yeah. So that's one that you might want to take a look at. Second of all, we've got Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance, which I still have not seen, and it's driving me nuts.
That's another one I've heard good things about. I want to go see. So that might be something in the next week that I'll make a journey off and see if it's actually still playing in the theater or if I will have to resort to video.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to resort to video. Rochester down here, we don't get very many, limited release movies. Just doesn't happen.
That's unfortunate.
It is. So yeah, sometimes I just have to travel up to Minneapolis and watch them up there, which I don't get up there too often either.
I understand.
Yeah. Another one I've heard some good things about is Boyhood. This one is done by Richard Linklater.
Yeah, so for those who aren't familiar with it, this was filmed over 12 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Yeah,
I've not heard of anybody that I know that has gone to see it, at least not that they've shared with me, so I don't have a lot of input on that one.
The only input I've gotten on that one is actually from Kevin Smith, listening to his podcast, and of course he's big on Linklater anyways, because Linklater's movie Slacker, got Kevin Smith into movie making to begin with, so
Okay.
so he's got some bias there, but we'll let it pass.
Alright.
Grand Budapest Hotel. I have not heard anything about this one.
Now this is one, I heard some good stuff, and this is one, I know it's on video, so I definitely want to go rent it and see that one. I just heard it's a very good comedy, so might be worth checking into.
All right. Let's see. Next one on the list is The Imitation Game.
I've got nothing on that one.
Yeah, me neither. I think pretty much all I know about that one is that we've got Benedict Cumberbatch in that one.
Okay.
And Keira Knightley. But yeah, I really haven't heard anything about that one. So let's see. Next we've got Selma.
Again, another one I've heard good things about it. Have not seen that one.
Yep. Same thing here. We've got Oprah Winfrey that's involved in that one. Interesting.
Very interesting.
Next one here, I do want to see this one. The Theory of Everything.
Fortunately, that's one I'm not familiar with.
Oh, it's the story of Stephen Hawking and how he meets his wife, and I'm presuming how he kind of gets ill during his life and, finally ends up the way that he is. But
I'd have to check that one out then.
Yeah. Looks like it's pretty good. And lastly, we've got Whiplash, which I haven't heard anything about this one.
Nope, that one's a big blank.
Yeah. It was kind of funny. The when they announced all the nominations for the movies. I don't know if you heard this one, but for the cinematography category, as they were announcing these live, they were going through, and some of the names behind the movies are a little bit hard to pronounce and such, and like Birdman, you've got Emmanuel Lubezki. Let's see, Grand Budapest Hotel, Robert Yeoman. Ida, you've got Lucas Zal and Rizard. I might be saying that wrong.
Lichizinski.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
And Mr. Turner, you've got Dick Pope, which they accidentally pronounced his name wrong.
That's unfortunate.
For achievement in cinematography, the nominees are Emmanuel Lubezki for Birdman or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance, Robert Yeoman for The Grand Budapest Hotel, Lukasz Yal and Richard Lenshowski for Ida. Dick Pope for Mr. Turner.
That's not good for anyone.
No. Makes for some good humor anyways.
Yeah. It'll be interesting if he wins, because you're going to want to make sure they pronounce it correctly on stage.
Yeah. We don't need another incident like John Travolta with Adele Dazeem. Of course, there was some disappointment there because for some reason, I guess in the animation category, we did not have anything for the Lego Movie.
Yeah, that one created a bit of an uproar, and that is kind of astonishing because that was a great movie. It did well, a lot of acclaim for it, and yet it doesn't fit into this.
Well, it just goes to show that the Academy is a little prejudiced against black people.
True. This is true.
Yep, black people.
Yep. You're going to get a phone call about that later.
However, they did get one nomination for the music category for original song because Everything is Awesome.
Everything is awesome.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome when we live in our dream.
Yeah, that's what makes me laugh. I do it at work just to get people going.
Yeah. So when do we have those? Those are going to be February 22nd. So yeah, about the time that we.
I'm sitting here waiting for that date in angst because, golly gee, I just love watching that every year.
I've been getting more and more into it as I guess I'm been getting older. Yeah.
Yep. See, you're starting to identify with people who pick these movies. That's not good for any of us, Todd. Not good for any of us.
I don't know about that, but although there's been other movies that have hit the theater recently that you and I have probably seen.
Like what?
As opposed to some of these others. Well, you probably went to see The Hobbit Battle of the Five Armies.
I did. And they, won't give me a refund, so...
That bad, huh?
Well, as I've told people before, it's... What I cannot understand about it is not that it was a bad movie in the sense of the, content, but the fact that the animation looked so bad this time around that it looked so bad. You have Legolas doing his, fancy jumping in between things, whatever like that, and they went overboard with it. The animation did not look like it was completed well. If you go back to the fact of in the original trilogy with Return of the King, the big battle he had there, and how great that battle looked, and even today, it looks. It's great special effects. You compare it to the Battle of the Five Armies, and you have to ask yourself, 10 years later, and we regress on the quality of our animation? What happened?
Yeah, I try not to really pay attention too much to, some of that, but yeah, I guess it did stand out where it was like, yeah, that didn't quite look right here and there, but...
What do you mean here and there? It's Legolas. Everywhere he went, it looked like somebody was just totally messing with him.
Well, maybe it was.
No, not like that. No, to me, that was just the disappointing part of it. Other parts of it were I thought very enjoyable. Some tears, when things were happening, some jeers when other things were happening. But that animation part to me was just a real, it bothered me.
Nah, really? I couldn't tell.
That's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the movies would have done a little bit better had they not introduced the characters that aren't in the books. Because the thing with the little cross
Love story type thing.
love story between just
it was
like
interesting on there. What was the value to it?
yeah, you're trying to pull in a demographic, obviously, and no.
Yep. Yeah, it wasn't necessary, but then again, we aren't paid millions of dollars to make these things happen, so what do we know?
Yeah. The other character I could do without was the one guy in Lake Town that was kind of the selfish guy, and
Like the assistant to the king.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was good with him, but I really think that somebody should have, thrown him off a boat, drowned him, cut him with a sword, something like that. I was just waiting for that part.
Yeah.
That'd be
I was waiting for that, and it never happened.
Didn't happen.
A little disappointed.
Yep. I'm not opposed to unnecessary violence, but right there, that would have been all right.
Yeah. And then, when he is hiding out as a woman, too, and talking, right away it reminded me of the way that Monty Python troupe would do women.
Yes.
The voice and everything. I'm like almost expecting to see like Eric Idle or someone under there.
It would have topped it off if he would have said, "Help, help, I'm being repressed."
Yeah.
That would have iced it right there.
There you go.
Didn't happen.
I guess there's they probably couldn't get away with that kind of creative freedom.
I'm guessing no.
No. And actually, I really haven't seen anything in the month that we've been away here. So
No, that's it. I have not been to the theater in a while, which is not a bad thing. Got to get all amped up for this year because 2015 is going to be big. So
yes, got a lot to look forward to. So in the meantime, been hitting the TV instead.
woohoo!
I've been leaning towards DC, I gotta say.
I will say this for folks who have now watched Arrow, which is now in its third season, I believe.
Yes.
Arrow is a very good television series. Again, in the spin-off off that one, which is now The Flash.
Uh-huh.
And have you watched The Flash?
Yes, I have.
I've enjoyed The Flash. I think they're doing better. It's hard to compare, but The Flash is leading a little bit against the Arrow on this, on quality. I'm starting to enjoy that a lot.
Yeah, and it's nice that they don't try to keep it real like Arrow is doing.
Right.
Yeah, any of the villains that each encounters in Arrow, you've got basically normal everyday type people.
Right.
Whereas in the Flash you got people with superhuman powers and such.
Yep. Which is a nice twist on that. I mean, that's it's interesting because they've done a couple crossovers and they've done them very well.
Yeah, I thought they turned out pretty good. Yes, for people that have seen Arrow, and I don't know, did you see the last episode?
Yes, I did.
Yes. Oliver Queen is alive. Spoilers.
You see, you're supposed to say spoilers first, and
well,
then
it's
tell
like
people whether that character has died.
like he was going to stay dead, and it's called Arrow. Come on.
True. True.
I mean, there's no way this wouldn't have happened. So, unless they were in their final season and saying, "Okay, this is it." But
true, but they might have been able to keep it suspenseful for a few episodes. You never know.
Yeah. Yeah, Flash, Return of Captain Cold, which the guy playing him is doing a good job.
Yes.
I gotta admit. Heatwave, I'm not really too familiar with him since I haven't read too many of the Flash comics, so
Yeah, not really
Can't
familiar
really
with the bad
say.
guy, but I like the way they did the combination between the two bad guys working together, yet pretty much are polar opposites in more ways than one.
yeah.
So I think it's a good mix there. And a great twist on the end of the episode there, so we'll see how that turns out.
Yes. Yeah, speaking of Flash, I finished up the old Flash series on DVD,
Aha!
and I gotta say the most entertaining episodes has got to be the one with Mark Hamill as the Trickster, because I'm watching this and you just close your eyes and it's like total Joker,
Mm-hmm.
from the animated series. And in fact, I heard somewhere that his portrayal of the Trickster was what kind of influenced the his Joker character for the
Yes.
animated series. So
And the fact that he is returning to the new Flash series.
yes, that's coming up sometime soon.
Correct, probably in February or March.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and in the meantime, we've also had the Doctor Who Christmas special.
Yes,
I
we
don't
did.
know if you've caught that. You probably
I
caught
have
that.
got that.
Yeah. Which I thought that was pretty good.
I will at least give it above 50% in comparison to the other ones I've had. I mean, it was unique. It was definitely a nice little twist in how you're doing the story and following along. I'm a little bit confused as to how they're leading off the whole thing between the Doctor and Clara, and it's obviously I think she signed on for another season.
Yeah, that's what I've
Continue
heard.
it.
Yeah.
But yeah, for this last season, I was disappointed in the way they portrayed the relationship between the two, and they need to smooth that out a little bit.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of I'd say Peter Davidson's Doctor and Tegan. Yeah, it's a little abrasive between the two, mainly on Tegan's side.
True. But my challenge that you have that when they had the relationship between her and Matt Smith's Doctor, it was
Oh, yeah.
different. And to me, I don't think you can just say you're going to regenerate and suddenly there's going to be this much animosity. No.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
with each Doctor, it's a different personality. So
Well, my problem is a different writer. and you honestly, you have the different personality in there, but when you have the writer who makes that much of a shift to it, it doesn't seem as natural as it should be.
yeah, possibly.
Oh no,
Yeah.
not really.
You
But-
might have some credibility. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I do. All you listeners out there who agree with me, feel free to comment on this after you've listened to it and let Todd know how we really feel.
Oh yeah, yeah. Go ahead and do that. Yeah. Speaking of other movies here, we can kind of talk about our own that obviously is not done in time for the Star Wars fan film contest for this year.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah, we just need more time for filming. Is basically what it comes down to. So
Well, you kind of got to get some locations set up and agreed upon, and we got to work some of that stuff through, and hopefully I can travel up to do some of the filming and a schedule that works for you. So we'll see
Yeah.
how that plays out.
Yeah, I think we would have been disqualified anyways.
Why is that?
Well, Oh my god. Some of
Did
the
you reread the rules?
Actually I did.
All right.
I was looking at some of the rules and what people were saying about them, and they did make an amendment to the rules, I guess later on, because there was questions about the music and the sound effects. And basically they said you can only use the music that we give you in the sound pack and nothing else.
Wow.
Not
You have the
even
sound
anything that you come up with yourself.
Interesting.
I'm like, compared to other years, it's like, what the hell? Come on.
Well, you know,
I just got to
running
wonder
it
how
down.
many people actually had ones that qualified. And I'm
Well-
almost afraid to look at them.
Well, you know, here's the thing to keep in mind is that with Disney owning it now, they're probably open up to more susceptibility on the lawsuit side. So if somebody used somebody's music and didn't get permission or the okay or pay for the rights to do it, and they suddenly, you know, put it in their association of winning the fan film or getting recognized as a fan film, you know, what kind of, you know, liability situation are they looking at that, you know, somebody's going to come after them for $1 million? You know,
Yeah.
I think that's probably what they're looking at, which is unfortunate in this day and age because there are some people who have done some really creative stuff out there that, you know, might have had something really interesting for it.
Yep. 2 words. Lawyers suck.
Unless they're on your side.
Yeah. Fortunately, my wife works for one.
Oh, see, there we go.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm assuming they're going through the selection process right now, and I guess the website says to check back in March, so
All right.
wait about a month and a half and we'll be able to see some stuff.
All right.
Of course, they will have the awards for that at the Star Wars Celebration, April 16th through 19th at the Anaheim Convention Center, all the way out in California, so I am not going.
I was almost going to go, but unfortunately, some unexpected expenditures on the home front have depleted that funding for the trip. So we'll try and hit the next one.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully the next one. It'd be nice if they came back to the Midwest.
Yeah,
Somewhere over
they're
here,
slim on that
please.
part of it there.
Like they're picking, what are they going to pick next? Alaska? Because they're looking for every possible furthest point for me to go to.
Well, I think you're going to see it more either the West Coast or possibly something like Florida.
Yeah, and they've done Florida now too, so
So I think that's probably what you're going to see.
that's unfortunate.
Yes, it is. However, if we put your kids to work earning extra money, it could be afforded.
Yeah, well. Well, I guess that could lead into our fan film of the month.
Fan film of the
Da-da-da.
month. Hoo-doo-doo. And I believe you have Retribution on there.
Yes, I don't know if you've seen this one, but
I have not.
this one was released last year. Filmed in actually 2013, but 26 minutes long. Kind of. Yeah, I mean, it goes by quick, though. I'd say lots of action in here, and you know right from the start that it's not taking itself seriously.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. It's got the the scrolling words going by at the start, like every other Star Wars movie. But yeah, it gets to be kind of lengthy and well, so we'll just say some of the content and the scrolling words is kind of hilarious. So
Okay. Well, as I will be checking out, I recommend everybody else check it out.
Yes.
Todd, will you be providing a link later on?
yes, I will.
All right.
Interesting thing about this, it was written and directed by a Georgia football player, Chris Conley. who's actually a journalism major, I found out.
Okay.
Yeah, he utilized his surroundings wisely. Looking at some of the comments on there, they're like, okay, you're starting out and it's a football stadium. You know, it's obvious.
Right.
But it's part of the joke. It's like taking people and instances in like a Star Wars universe and throwing it into present day Earth. So I guess I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, football stadiums, vehicles, people on campus, they're all
The overall
involved.
mix that you need for a good fan film.
Just keep an open mind because, yeah, like I said, some of these comments, it's like, did you have to put the football mascot in there?
So what you're really saying is, as I want to do a reflection upon years ago, is they're not as dedicated as some folks who, let's say, want to film a scene on the planet Hoth, who will, in the middle of January, while it is below zero, travel out upon a frozen lake in Minnesota to film a scene to make their friend the director happy. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying anything.
Alrighty then. I just want to point that out, that anybody who would go to that length to appease their friend the director, is truly a good friend and should be commended for this.
Did you say committed?
Yeah, that too.
Okay. So yeah, we'll have a link up there for that one, so you'll want to check that one out. And I guess as long as we're doing the fan film of the month, we can do the hot word of the month.
Da-da-da-da. And the hot word is?
Hot word of the month. Well, let's go back though. We didn't have a hot word of the month last month, because we pretty much just announced who the winner was last time and kind of left it at that. So starting fresh, hot word of the month this time is poo-nado.
Poo-nado.
Poo, as in
Winnie
that
the Pooh?
brown stuff, you know. And how this came about, I saw this story today, and I just had to comment on it. This is from the BBC. Divers caught in sperm whale's giant underwater poo cloud.
Saw the picture of that. That was very disturbing. And any of you folks out there who think it's fun going scuba diving, think about this. Swimming in the big whale's poo pond.
Yeah. Okay, this diver, Kerry Wilk, Keri, who is male. I was like, is this female at first, or is it male? Well, it's a male. Okay, it starts out when Kerry Wilk dived into clear waters off the island of Dominica. Swimming through a massive whale poo was not in the plan. But that's what happened.
You should have a link to that on there too today.
Oh yeah, we'll have a link here.
But I would tell you the picture that I saw was disturbing.
Oh my god, they've got a few pictures in this story, but
Well, think about it. How big is a whale like that? A couple tons?
yeah.
So think about it. His poo bomb is a pretty hefty poo bomb.
Yeah. Well, he's like, at first it seemed like a regular bowel movement. So obviously they've seen one before, which is a little disturbing to begin with.
I'm thinking at this point the whale was just messing with him.
In more ways than one.
You want to stare at me? Well, look at this.
But rather than continuing its dive down, it remained at the surface and continued to defecate for a startling length of time.
You can do it. You can help.
The punado then spread through the water, ending up in Kerry's mouth as the whale flapped its tail. Okay, right then I'd be surfacing and spitting. Like,
That's
oh my
just not
god.
right. That
Yeah.
has got to clog a filter. I'm just saying.
Be jumping out of the water, grabbing some Listerine, swallowing it. Yeah, okay. 4 of us looked at each other with confusion, then back at the whale, expecting that any second its call from nature would come to an end. Okay, there was 4 people. 4 people just watching it poop. Come on. Instead, the whale bobbed up and down, spun in circles, and waved the pool in every direction, or poof, in every direction for several minutes while we just sat back and watched, and got it in their mouths.
At this point, you know the whale's messing with them.
Oh,
Literally, there's
God,
no
yeah.
body. Whales are smart, people. They will mess with you.
Yeah. Okay, scuba equipment can disturb whales, so Curie prefers to dive with just goggles and a snorkel. I bet he liked it this time.
Ah.
The water was crystal clear, he said initially, and was the most idyllic Caribbean blue water that you could imagine. After a few waves of feces were released and stirred vigorously by the whale, the water was like chocolate milk, and I couldn't see my hand when I held it in front of my face. I
That's
wonder if
just
it
not
tasted
right.
like it too.
Don't know, don't care to find out.
I had poop in my eyes, mouth, wetsuit, everywhere, and I was soaked in it from head to toe.
Wow. Now you got to be concerned that people aren't smart enough to get out of the poo bomb.
Yeah, he continues, I did take an extra long shower once I returned to shore later that day, just in case.
Wow. All right.
You know, they
Well,
only did this to make a story out of it, you know?
True. But I'm just also thinking that another week or two would be interesting to see once if he's still healthy. Just saying,
Yeah.
it's a thought.
So, yeah, that's the bizarre story of the month.
All right. Well, now that we have the hot word of the month with that.
Yeah,
we'll
maybe
see
we
who
can
our-
make this a regular thing.
Our glorious winner. I will have to ask, did our prize get out to our previous winner?
It did go out. I did not hear from back to see if it was actually delivered intact and everything. Actually, I did
double-check.
track it on Postal Service website, so I know it did receive, or it did get to its destination. So
Excellent.
yes, Mike, first winner of a T-shirt, or second winner of a T-shirt.
Who was our first winner?
That was Colin Rucker.
All right. So Colin and Mike, congratulations. Hope you enjoy the shirts.
Yes. So yeah, that'll be the prize this time too. So don't forget, the hot word of the month is Poonado.
It's still disturbing.
So email us at fdp@flamingdeath.net, or you can email me at tmpletz@gmail.com. I think those are probably the best ones to send to.
Excellent.
So
Remember,
there
folks, you can't win if you don't enter.
you go. That's right. And enter quick.
Got to be
Go.
fast because
Yep.
you know,
Be fast. You never know.
the number of listeners we have, people are going to be on top of this because folks want a shirt.
Yep. That one other person that's listening, might grab it before you.
Well, that's not very nice. Did we look and see how many did we have? How many listens did we have for our last one?
I haven't looked recently. I'm not quite sure on that. Let's take a quick look here. And hang on. I can go to a better link than this.
So I've already found it, and it's a 7.
Oh my gosh, we haven't even gotten into the double digits on that one.
Well, that is unfortunate. I'm hoping it's because everybody is busy during the holiday season.
That could be. So yeah, go back and listen to the last month's Flamecast holiday party. So
I'll have to admit, just so folks know, it does not fit our normal Flamecast methodology. It is different. It Could be interesting. Could be exciting. Give it a listen.
Yep. And I'm thinking we'll make it a yearly thing too. So something to look forward to.
Excellent.
Yeah, if you're over at the website, you've probably seen that Flamecast Theater is still coming soon. And
Yay!
it's still in the works, people. Just gotta wait. Patient.
We've run out of patience, Todd. We want it now.
Yeah, well, since I'm done with my classes and such, maybe I'll have some more time to do some of this. Although with my free time, I've been watching more TVs.
I just want to point out that you're done with the classes. You have one child that's off to college and not bothering you every evening. You should have a lot of free time.
Yeah, you'd think.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, with the two girls, we've got sports like every night, it seems like. So, and on the weekends too. So, I guess that'll do it for this edition of Flamecast.
Woo! Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Yes, thank you very much. And I am Todd Platts.
And this is Travis Buckmeyer.
And that's a wrap.